What's up, Fit Fam? Thank you so much for tuning in to my next how-to video. Today we're going to be talking about the rowing machine, particularly the Concept2 rower. Now when it comes to rowing, it is a very challenging movement and there's actually a lot of technical aspects to it, so I'm going to break it really down for you. So not only am I a personal trainer, I've also done rowing at a competitive level, so I have been taught how to row from proper rowing coaches in the past as well. So I'm going to be breaking it down and trying to simplify this. So it's going to be quite a quick video, but I really want you to listen up to the different components. Rowing is a great low impact activity which you can do, and it can burn a ton of calories. It works all the muscles in your body, your legs, your glutes, works your back, arms, all the rest of it. It's a brilliant one. It's going to burn a lot of calories and it's going to get your heart rate right up. But we do not want injuries as we do this movement. Now most rowing coaches will break your technique down into three main components. A couple of key terms. The front of the movement is called the catch. The back of the movement is called the finish. Between these two movements, there are three main components. So the first one from the catch is the leg drive. You want to be keeping your arms fairly straight through this movement and using your legs to really build power. Your legs are much more powerful than your arms as well, so using this leg drive to really gain momentum through the movement is really important. From here, once your hands have passed your knees, you'll then start to lean back slightly. It's not a large lean, it's just a slight 10-15 degree lean back. From there, you're going to use the arm drive. The arm drive is when you start to pull the handle in towards your chest or just under your chest. This is called the finish. Going from the finish back to the catch, it's literally the reverse. So the first component of this one is releasing the arms, so straightening them back out. You then will have a slight lean forward back into that position before you start to bend your knees and go back in towards the catch. If you want to practice your technique, you can break this down into separate segments. I know within a gym and within a studio, this is quite hard to do unless you really spend the time to do it. But if you think of it like those three separate components, it breaks down the technique. This means we'll have a stronger row and a much more efficient row. As you're doing the movement, make sure you have a loose grip with the handles. You don't want to be grabbing it too tight. You also don't want to be grabbing it too far in the narrow part of the handle. You want to have a loose grip on the outside in particular. Another tip as well is don't hunch forward too much. You want to keep your shoulders back as you do this movement. That way it's going to keep you in a nice, strong position. Now, as you start to build into this exercise, it is going to look like one fluid motion, but always think, start with the leg drive. They are so much stronger than the rest of your body. Drive with the legs until you get towards your knees. Then you can have a slight arch back in your body before starting your arm drive and bring it all the way back. Straighten your arms out, hinge forward a little bit with your upper body, and then only as your hands get to your knees, then do you start to bend the knees back into the catch. When you are in this catch position, your shoulders are back. You're going to be in a nice, strong position, ready to use a leg drive, almost like at the bottom of a squat. Drive with the legs for this one. You want to keep your feet evenly spread out in terms of the weight distributed, so that way you can get as much power as possible before you start to enter to the rest of the movements. At no point are my shoulders forward or is my upper body in a weak position. It's always in a strong position. Another tip as well is try to finish with the handle just below the chest. There is no need to have it high up towards your body. It's a more powerful and more efficient movement and location to make that finish on as well. You want to be driving the handle back directly. A couple of tips as well is if you have to come back down into the catch and you're coming over your knees, it means you're bending your knees too quickly. If the handle is going up and down throughout the movement, you're not moving efficiently and you're not doing the movements in the right order. Slow it down for this one. One of the things I see too much is that people are rowing too quickly. At the top of the rower, you will have SM. This stands for strokes per minute. If you're over 30 strokes a minute, that is a very fast pace. A lot of rowers row at about 15 to 20, depending on the distance. So to be up at 30, 35, 40, you're rowing way too quickly, and I assure you, your rowing technique is going to suffer because of it. Try as best as you can to maintain your pace while lowering your strokes a minute. This is one of the best ways you're going to get stronger and more efficiency throughout the exercise. Particularly if you've never rowed before, please slow this movement right down. It is a hard technical movement and you can do some damage if you're not doing it correctly. This is a strong, powerful move. Yes, it will raise your heart rate, but the stronger you can pull, particularly from the catch, the better you're going to go in terms of your distance. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you have any comments, tips, or any requests for the next how-to, please leave them in the comments down below as well. Feel free to subscribe. I love it, guys. Thank you so much for the support as well, and feel free to share this around as well. Other than that, guys, happy training and all the best.